Please be seated. Dear family and friends, how wonderful to gather in this gentle garden to celebrate the marriage of Addie and Mike. And as we begin, let's just pause for a minute and breathe in and be touched by this beautiful surrounding that we find ourselves. Abundance of color, smells, sounds, shapes, and sizes, all part of God's good creation. And let's also look around and take in the smiles and the great loving energy that surround us here today as we watch these two dedicate themselves to one another. All of it, God's good creation, formed from unique parts, but having as its core harmony and completeness. Those of us who have had the privilege of spending time with Addie and Mike know that same harmony and completeness is at the heart of their love for one another. A few weeks ago, I had the great privilege of sitting here in the same garden and meeting Mike for the first time and seeing Addie since I hadn't seen her as a little teenager, and so I was quite surprised to see, well, I wasn't surprised to see such a beautiful woman in front of me, but it was a delightful time. We sat and we chatted about the wedding and their unfolding life together, and I was convinced that destiny, fate, God's good intentions, all of those things that we would like to call this coming together, was all on its way to happening over a long, long period of time. The two of them turning back to each other time and time again and leading themselves into this moment in time that we can all take part in. So I feel very honored, and I'm sure all of you do, to be here today for this celebration and the binding together of Addie and Mike. Let's join our hearts together in prayer. Gracious God, you amaze us with your abundant love for us and for your fragile and breathtaking creation. We thank you for the privilege of being here and for being a part of the lives of these two wonderful people. We also pause to remember those not here today, present in spirit, however, who have over the years loved, shaped, touched, and been touched by Addie and Mike. May their hearts and our hearts beat as one as we gather for this joyous celebration. Rosemary and Joanne are going to read a poem written by the founder of the Sufi movement over 800 years ago. The words are so exquisite, talking about marriage and love, and even to this very day, these words ring true. So let's listen to this beautiful ancient Persian poem.
May these vows and this marriage be blessed. May it be sweet milk, this marriage, like wine and honey. May this marriage offer fruit and shade like the apple tree. May this marriage be full of laughter, our every day a day in paradise. May this marriage be a sign of compassion, a seal of happiness here and here.
May this marriage have a fair face and a good name, an omen as welcome as the moon in a clear blue sky. I am out of words to describe how the spirit mingles in the lives of these two who stand before us.
And I'm going to ask you two some questions of your commitment to one another. Mike, will you have Addie to be your wife? And will you love her faithfully as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Addie, will you have Mike to be your husband? And will you love him faithfully as long as you both shall live?
I will.
And now all of you gathered here have a chance to participate in committing yourselves to this marriage. So I am going to ask you, the family and friends who are gathered, to offer your prayerful blessings and loving support to this marriage. And if you can do that, say, we do.
We do.
So these are the symbols that you bring to your marriage, an unending circle of your unending love for each other. Holding hands and embracing each other. Repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign
As a sign
that I choose you
that I choose you
to be my beloved,
to be my beloved,
and that I offer myself
that I offer myself
as your husband
as your husband
today to you.
today to my husband.
Ooh. Good catch. For our closing blessing, this is an Apache blessing, so read with you.
Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be helpful to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be the warmth to the other. Now there is no loneliness for you. Now there is no loneliness. Now you are two persons, but go now in your place to enter into the days of your togetherness. And may your days be good upon this earth.
And it's my honor and privilege to present Addie and Mike, husband and wife.
It's so good.